can learn out of it?
Yeah, I think it's so fantastic for many kids to it's their first time out of the country, their first time. So for some of them, certainly in the national championship, it was their first time flying. So I think that experience is just a life skill. Learning how to navigate an airport and an airplane and a hotel, it's a really important skill. So yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. It's my first time in Zimbabwe, long time coming, and it's an amazing place. And so yeah, it's been a real treat to be here, to be hosted by the COSAFA people.
Yeah. And talking about Ubuntu, if you could just tell us a little bit about the project. I know it started in 2009, just the intentions behind it and how you got going.
Yeah, we've always been about trying to give talented kids a real holistic opportunity to have their potential fully realized. So we recognize that in communities there's talent is evenly distributed, but opportunity isn't. And so we want to be, right now we feel like that we're the only place in Southern Africa that's giving an elite kid an opportunity to be holistically invested. So his education, his character, his leadership, and obviously his football. So yeah, we started very small with a group of 11 and 12-year-olds in 2011, and then slowly grown and added grades, and now running our own school, which is why we're here. And we have a boarding facility and a full formation program along with football training.
And I know for you, it's as important with these boys what happens off the pitch as on it. If you could just explain a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we like to say if you graduate and you're playing professionally or in the national team, but you're a horrible person, then we failed. And so, yeah, we're ultimately most interested in the person they're becoming, because our vision is to see families and communities and society healthy and thriving because of the influence of our graduates. And it's exciting to see that is actually happening. Those boys who were 11 and 12 in 2011 are now 24, 25, and some are teaching, and some are investment professionals, and some are professional players, and that's equally as exciting. But we're as excited about the guy as a policeman as we are, as the guy playing professionally.
Yeah. And just talking about the players that you have professional, you have had quite a bit of success in that area. I think a current Zimbabwe international is one of your players. Just talk us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so in that first group, we've had, there's Jesse Don, who's at Supersport United, Luke Fleers, that's at Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa, but then Menashe Garananga, who's from here in Zimbabwe and spent several years with us. He's now at Sheriff Tiraspol in Moldova and just played in the Europa League and it really did well. And so, it's been an amazing experience to have players, from different countries as well at times, and getting that same opportunity that our boys in South Africa are getting.
Yeah. And are you now focused fully much on the academy? I know a few years ago you had Ubuntu in the second tier in South Africa.
It did. Yeah, I mean, our focus has always been the academy. The purpose of having a pro team at one time was to give a clear development pathway for those kids. And it worked for those 2 years. Unfortunately, we were relegated. And so, we still play in what's called the ABC Motsepe League, which is our third tier. And that's a perfect pathway for our academy boys to play in when they're 16, 17, 18 and beyond, and take their step into professional clubs. So we've had about 25 who've moved on to professional clubs, both in South Africa and abroad. Even there's one playing here in Zimbabwe as well. So, it's been exciting.
Yeah. And just a little bit about you. I mean, it's you're a long way from home, so to speak. Although maybe South Africa is home after all these years. But just your journey and how you came to.
Yeah. I mean, 14 years ago, we came. Well, in 2008, my wife and I came here and just fell in love with the country. My co-founder Mike Jenkins proposed this not so ludicrous idea of investing in kids who are from disadvantaged communities, but who really have great potential. And so, we moved our lives here in 2009, and South Africa is definitely home now. Like, we hope we never have to go back to that land. But we love it in South Africa. We want to explore more of Southern Africa for sure, because we know there's beautiful people and beautiful places all over. But we now have 2 kids. One was born in South Africa. They both feel like South Africa's home, and they're doing well.
Yeah. And if we look to the future, Ubuntu, the ambition from here, and obviously to keep doing what you're doing, but are there greater plans beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, we would love to see, players from Ubuntu playing in the Champions League, representing the full national team. We've had a few, but we long for the day that there's 5, 6 in every Bafana squad that came from Ubuntu. But we also want to see guys who are just going to do significant things with their lives. And we're proud of those. We had our first wedding this year. We're having the first children born. It's those exciting things to see them become the right dads. So one day maybe we'll be back in the professional game again, really only as a pathway for our kids, to make a difference and to have that development pathway. That ultimately our focus is always going to be on kids. I guess the new big development is in 2024 we're actually adding ladies to the program. So we're having our first 4 or 5 girls in the school, along with an under 12 team, and then hope that from next year, from 25 onward, we'll start bringing in 6, 7 girls in every grade to the school. Slowly, we'll do it one grade 7 class at a time, but yeah, that's our hope, is that we'll be fully integrated and balanced, and then hopefully one day we'll be representing South Africa in this competition with both genders. So that would be the dream.
And just in terms of your squad, where do you kind of draw them from? I know in this tournament you've got a few players from Camps Bay, for example, but just in general, where do the kids from the school come from?
Yeah, so our kids are predominantly from Cape Town, the whole of the city and sort of the region, but we do have kids from beyond and other parts of the Western Cape. We have a group from Port Elizabeth. We've had them from Mpumalanga. So yeah, from all over. So yeah, we really would like to be as countrywide as possible, just because it's an exciting thing. We want to find the kids that are equally talented academically as they are football-wise, and so you got to spread the net wide to make that happen. We've had 22 kids study in the U.S. on bursaries and a bunch study in South Africa. And we want that. We really want every kid to get to the stage at the end of matric where he has multiple options, and he gets lots of choices, and he gets to make the choice that most excites him. So yeah, so they're coming from all over the city, predominantly from townships and colored communities, and yeah, we're really excited to invest in all those different communities.